We'll go ahead and call today's quarterly board meeting to order. And if we can get a roll call.
Sure. Director Van Dam,
Present.
Director Richardson,
Present.
and Chair Andrews.
Present. Great, so we've got a quorum. And the first item on the agenda is approval of minutes from May 8th, our last quarterly board meeting. Those were included in your packet. So I would, I guess, just ask if anyone has questions or any concerns here. If not, I would entertain a motion to approve these.
So moved.
And I can second that. So can we take a quick vote?
Director Van Dam,
Aye.
Director Richardson,
Aye.
and Chair Andrews.
Aye. So those are passed, which is great. Thank you all. So we do have a new board member who will be joining us hopefully at the next meeting. We met with him last week. That was just last week to do a little orientation. Nigel Williams is his name. And he is with Washington University and their physical therapy program, I believe. If I'm reciting this is from my memory. It's not on any notes or anything. So so we had a great meeting with him last week and look forward to welcoming him to the board as soon as he gets sworn in and can officially vote. So okay, so he's unable to join today. That's all good. Great. So now we have, I guess, here's a slide of all the board members currently, and there is still the one seat is there just one seat that's open? We just really have 5 board members.
Yes, just one.
Is there, I mean, is there anyone in the works there, or just out of curiosity?
That I am unsure of. I can check with Peter after the meeting, but I am unsure.
Got it. Well, I will just say that I'm still trying. I still wish we could get someone from Ameren on the board, so I just keep working on that. And I know Josh, you have been too. So, right. So we have a resolution on the board. Resolution number 24 CEDB 03 to approve Castle Green Finance as an authorized capital provider for PACE to set the PACE project. So I don't, Angela, do you want to maybe give us a little background on this?
Sure. Castle Green Finance would be, obviously new to our program. They do not have a project in the wings for Set the Pace at this moment, but they would like to have approval so that they can approach people and know confidently that they can fund a PACE project. They've been around since 2021. They have a lot of investment in the California PACE program, but in total, more than $220 million in commercial PACE financing since 2021. They are a subsidiary of Excalibur Capital. It's created for the purpose of PACE financing throughout the country. And the minimum loan value for Castle Green Finance is $2 billion. We did meet a couple of the Castle Green, or one of the Castle. I met one of the Castle Green Finance employees at the pay station. I don't know if Josh met more. Did you meet Sal at pay station? And
I know their team very well.
They're legitimate. I've included links to both their website and to the MOU they submitted along with the questionnaire to get approval. If anybody wanted to see that, that's there. Any questions?
Do they have personnel or staff in St. Louis or?
Not in St. Louis, no. In fact, I don't think they have Missouri-based staff, but they are they are working on meeting businesses in Missouri at this point. I know that. Josh, do you have anything more to add about Saul and Amanda and
They're not local.
as I think they're actually in Connecticut. I could very well be wrong, but it seemed like when we talked, that's what they're.
Some of them are. I don't think all of them are, but
Ian or Neil, do you have any questions about this?
Not at this time.
No, I think the documents provided were helpful to review about Castle Green Finance, so good with it. Thank you.
All right, well then I will call for a motion to approve this resolution to bring them on as a capital provider.
So moved.
And a second,
Second.
can we take a vote?
Director Van Dam,
Aye.
Director Richardson,
Aye.
and Chair Andrews.
Aye. Great, so that motion passes. Thank you all, and thanks for bringing more capital providers to the table. So next on the agenda, we have the conflict of interest policy. Not sure who's talking about this one.
Okay, so we have a new member, so I'll talk about basically, I believe Laura, how many of you received to date?
I believe I've only received one.
Okay, and Director Van Dam just began last quarter, so he's still, probably filling out paperwork, and then with Director Williams joining, we'll need his also. So if you have it submitted to Laura, please do. Just so we have a record that you are familiar with the rules and requirements for conflict of interest. At the bottom, you'll see a missourienergy.box.com link. You can find the document there, read through it, sign it, and just scan it or use a PDF writer and send it back to Laura.
That link's not like live for us in the PowerPoint, so maybe just drop it in the chat or send it out after the meeting.
I will do that. I will provide it to Laura and she can send it to the boards in a document form or a PDF form. Okay.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
No problem.
All right, next on the agenda is a program update. And Angela, are you taking that one too?
Sure. Well, actually, Josh, do you want to take this one? This is as of the end of June, the delinquencies and Amerinet collections.
yeah. So while this is the end of June, you can see that we've had the bulk of them collected. There was a delinquency that was nearing foreclosure that was paid off. The capital provider hasn't received their funds yet. I've communicated with the collector today. As for those of you who don't know, when we originally took on the role of administrator, all assessments were collected and processed through the collector. And we had shifted those that were current to a direct bill system from Amerinet, and those that were delinquent had to continue on with the county. So this particular venue starting should be this year, depending upon when we get the payment and what it looks like, will be a direct bill, but they are paid up, which is a good thing, which I believe leaves us with no delinquencies going forward, which is
So
good.
November will be exciting. This will be a nice slide. Any questions for Josh on that? I did provide you with the Marinette collection report, so you do have the delinquency report and the reconciliation of collections. Both of those were provided with your packet. Okay. One of the things that I've been working on is a update of 2023 and what that year looked like. But while I was doing that, I also looked at all of the set the pace investment that's occurred since the inception of set the pace. And so I thought this might be of interest to you, that we've done 19 projects since 2015. And it's resulted in a total PACE investment of $111 million, which is significant. Notice that we're only halfway through this year. As far as calendar year go, we set the pace does work on a fiscal year, which starts on July 1 and runs through June 30th, I know, but I'm looking at a calendar year here. And we're doing pretty well. I anticipate that this will be a good year for PACE when we're done. Does anybody have any questions about the year-to-date investments? Nope. When I say that it looks like it's going to be a good year, it's because of this, the opportunity pipeline. We have at this point 8 projects that have been brought to our attention. They are a wide range of building types, multifamily, schools, entertainment venue. They're lender driven. 3 of them are lender driven, which means that approved financed company has brought them to us. And then 5 of them are market driven. And these are estimated value of the PACE projects. So in all, we're looking at potentially $52 million in projects, and it's only July. One thing that we're getting is we're trying to raise awareness of the open market program, and we are getting more and more of those interest forms in. So you'll notice here 5 interest forms have come in asking about PACE and whether or not it can be used for various projects. Josh, do you have anything to add here?
No, all I would say is that I think the number of market driven, right? That was one of the highlights that we were able to bring to you as a different administrator. This is the highest number we've received, and I believe even if all 5 are not strong projects, I would say the majority of them are. And Angela's been doing a really great job networking and working within the community. And if any of you have any ideas of folks that we should talk to allow people who may not have a lender and are just looking for ideas, you can let us know, and we will make sure that they understand the pipeline and can get connected.
The one project that's not in here that I keep reading about in the St. Louis Business Journal is the Kingsway project. That is not included in here. I don't know if that'll go forward, but that's another one that, you know, I'm trying to watch on the periphery, just for your information.
I do have
Outreach and education. This is taking up a lot of my time this summer because I feel like the more people are aware of PACE, the more it will be used. I've been meeting with Malachi on a regular basis. In fact, I was meeting with Malachi last month, and as I was leaving, I realized Emily, I saw her in the window. I wasn't being rude. It just took a moment to connect, and by the time I realized, oh, that was Emily, I had left the building, so I apologize for not saying hi. But we've been working with Malachi at the Building Energy Exchange to make sure that where PACE can be used to improve energy efficiency, the building owners and operators are aware of it. I was calling into one STL meetings regularly. I have kind of slacked off in the last month because of other obligations, but one STL is a fabulous coalition of various organizations that are all working to improve energy efficiency and the energy market in St. Louis. So that's been very helpful. And I call in. I'm kind of the loan finance person saying, "Don't forget us. We have money if you need help. We could hook you up." Not that blatantly, but we want people to be cognizant of it. CCIM, we have been attending those meetings. Josh gave a presentation at the end of May about PACE, and that may be driving some of these interest forms we're getting. There will be another meeting next Tuesday. It's called the mayor's meeting. And at that meeting, all the mayors from the various municipalities share their vision for commercial real estate. So that should be very interesting also. PACE Nation Summit, we attended that in Tennessee and met with other PACE funders as well as other program administrators. So that was very educational. Midwest Climate Collaborative. Can't speak highly enough of Heather Navarro's work in tracking IRA funds. And while PACE is not eligible for IRA in and of itself, many of particularly the loan program office requires matching funds. A lot of the grants require matching funds. And if you're a private company and you get a grant, you could get matching funds through the use of PACE dollars. So we want people to be aware of that. The Midwest Energy Efficiency Alliance, we attended the annual meeting that was held in St. Louis last, was it in May? Maybe June. And that was very interesting. And then we're also talking to Ameren Biz Savers programs about ways we could work together to meet the needs of smaller projects. So, typically PACE is for very large projects, 6 figures or greater. How can we satisfy the need for, low 6 figures, smaller projects that wouldn't be the traditional PACE program? As an example, we have Galilee Baptist Church is looking for money for HVAC, and we've sent out, that was an open market project. We sent out inquiries. Not a lot of, people stepping up, but if we can get a program where we can help those smaller businesses and entities, that would be really, really nice for small business also. One thing, notice that we're doing PACE monthly e-newsletter every month. And one of the things that we're doing in the newsletter is we're doing a Meet the Lender feature. And so, and now that you have approved Castle Green, I think they will be featured at the end of this month in our newsletter. And what we want to do there is we want there's 4,000 people or email addresses that get this newsletter. We'd like to get some Missouri-based banks and more Missouri-based lenders involved. And I'm hoping that through that Meet the Lender feature, they learn about PACE and join too. So with that in mind, if you guys have any ideas for articles or features, I'm open to suggestions, anything you think that we can, highlight what St. Louis is doing with PACE, that would be great. I can feature St. Louis organizations, whatever you think would be a good message on energy efficiency and renewable energy, that would be really great. Okay, anybody have any questions about some of the things we're doing here? It all makes sense. Any suggestions?
Everything makes sense to me. I was just wondering if it'd be possible if you have just even template pitch decks that you're doing when you're meeting with these organizations. It'd be interesting just to review how you're articulating what PACE is to these groups for
Sure.
our end. I think that could be helpful.
Okay, yes, we could do that. I just did one earlier this year for the Building Energy Exchange. So, what is PACE, and where can I do PACE, and who can do PACE? So yeah, I can provide that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Angela, I have a question. I think all this outreach is fantastic and, I'm wondering on the projects in the pipeline, if you know if any of those are buildings that have to comply with the city's performance standard, building performance.
Actually, yeah, one of them specifically cited the standard as the reason for submitting the interest form. It's a very large high-rise national company, and they said that they were looking at PACE as part of the capital stack to meet that building performance standard. So yes, definitely, at least one's explicitly said that.
Great, that's
Okay.
helpful to know. Thanks.
And if it goes through, I'll let you know who it is.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Anybody else? Okay. So next week, when I'm at the CCIM meeting, because I'm not going to make it here, but because I have other PACE meetings, Midwest Energy Policy Series on Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency is next Tuesday and Wednesday in Columbia. All of you were provided with free admission or free registration. You could attend virtually or you could attend in person. That there should have been a email that went out. Josh, Josh will be running this obviously. So do you want to talk about this?
We have 2 days obviously dedicated to renewables and efficiency. We do have a session dedicated to PACE. We'll be talking about what's going on in Missouri nationally, and we will be recognizing successes that have been had in Missouri in the PACE industry over the last year or so. Definitely welcome you. I think no matter what your sector interest in is, if you have some interest in this, we have both regional and national folks coming in to talk on the topic. Some really interesting things. So hopefully you'll be able to join us. And you can always share it with other folks. But this is just one of the 3 that we do. In December, we'll be in St. Louis on economic development. But hopefully, you guys can attend.
Any questions? Okay. So the next quarterly board meeting that's scheduled for Set the Pace is on Wednesday, November 13th at 3 p.m. And that's our presentation.
Awesome, thank you. Any other questions for Josh or Angela? Questions? Neil, did you have something to add?
No, I did not. I didn't. Thanks.
I have kind of maybe a new agenda item or just a question. So I just saw in some e-newsletter, I think it was SLDC's, that the Mayor's Business Luncheon is coming up in early October. And I'm wondering if there might be a way to work like the recognition of PACE into that, like any projects that have been, have gone through the pipeline, that could be another way to raise awareness about the program. I mean, that is a big room full of every developer that wants to do business in the city. And it could be a really nice opportunity to highlight a couple projects.
Yeah, so Emily, let's definitely have that discussion. We can definitely set some time within that day to make it happen. We're finalizing the kind of the run and show for that October event now. So this is the right time to become part of that.
Right.
In addition to that, be aware that Set the Pace was established in 2015. And so next year will be the 10-year anniversary or birthday of Set the Pace. It will also be the 15-year anniversary birthday of the Missouri PACE Act. So while we definitely want to, recognize successful projects this October, we also are hoping to do a really coordinated anniversary recognition celebration of next year also. So just so y'all know that.
Great. Yeah. Because it is, I mean, 10 years is a long time. Missouri's an early adopter in this space, which doesn't happen very often, so it's quite nice.
Yep.
Cool. All right, any other business or questions or anything we need to cover?
No, Emily, just send me an email and we'll follow up on that
Great.
project
We'll do.
spotlight. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, I guess then we have, I can entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I can second that. We can, I think all in favor of this one, say aye.
Yeah. Aye. Thank
All
you.
right, well, thanks, everybody. Good short meeting and we'll see you again in November, if not before.
See you in
Sounds
November.
good.
Thank you. Yeah, bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.